what's this then? Red and white plastic? Oh yes, it's one of those coin banks. Isn't that incredible? Let's try a couple, one after the other, and see what happens then. Oh. And two. And then my last one is a very, that's a good one, a big one, which goes very slow and lethargic. That's very nice. I love coin banks. I've been collecting them since the very earliest days of collecting coins, of toys and everything else. It's a wonderful activity. And I've got about 50 in my collection, I think, of which I've just bought half a dozen here to show you, of which that's the first one. A nice one, that. I've had that for many, many years. Here's a slightly more recent one, but still complicated and still quite old. Takara of Japan made this a few years ago. And you have to put a coin in the top, gently like this, and then push down, and the coin drops down, and you release your finger, and this is what happens. You get a little bit of movement there, a bit of action. The automatons, these little tiny bears, are having a whale of a party at a lot of time. This thing slowly rises up against the spring, and the coins drop through to the next one. So that's a very, very elaborate coin bank made by Takara, and there's a series of about 4 or 5 in my collection, I think. Very nice ones. This one is a remarkable one which reminds me that I've seen in American collections wonderful cast iron coin banks like these from 100 years ago. This would have been originally in cast iron and beautiful, but this is a plastic one, but it still works. That's the main thing, it still works. You put a coin in the dog's mouth like this. What's going to happen here? There's no wind up, just a spring which goes whoopee. Coins disappeared? No, it's gone in and it's fallen through here because I haven't put the lid on. I like coins that go straight through. Let's try another coin because this is such a clever design here. It leaps up through the clown's hoop and drops the coin very precisely into that barrel. Whoa, he's dropped again. And the last one, just for a bit of fun, we'll see if he copes with the British 10p coin. This is a big one for him to carry. Astonishingly, the spring is quite good enough to cope with it. Amazing, wonderful. So a reproduction of a very fine cast iron antique one, which will be 100 years old. This is modern plastic, but it works. That's the main thing. I like things that actually work. Here's a very remarkable one, probably from the Far East, and I suspect that it's Chinese or Japanese or Hong Kong. You put the coin here, in this case, into the back of the little bear who's about to paint the house. It's got a paint can here. It says paint on it, and you wind him up and see what he does. And he's going to have to try and get that coin into the house somewhere or other. Let's have a go. I'll turn it round so you see what's going to happen. Whoopee! Has it gone in? Yep, and out again at the bottom. So let's try once more. It's a lovely action, this, because it's got a seesaw action as it goes through. Let's give him one of these rather nice 1p coins here and see if he does that with that. Sometimes if the coin's the wrong size, he misses it, in which case you've got to specifically have a certain size coin to make it work. Some of them are very fussy, some of these coin banks, others are okay. Here we go. Yes, you see, the coin's a little bit large. Sometimes you've got to watch which size of coin you do, so a little coin like that would have been better. And when I do that, well, it's quite fun to see it missing actually. It will actually fit into that little slot in the house, and he's done it. There's another wonderful one from Japan here, which is it's really a little desk tidy because you put things in here like pencils and rubbers and paper clips in here. But the idea is to put a coin in there like that, and all that does is to allow this mechanism to work, that thing there, and then it drops in. I push it down and see what happens. Coin's down, and I let go, and then, oh, he's climbing up to his girlfriend, and then down he pops again. Let's do it again. It's a very nice action, that. Just put it in there, that releases this and allows you to push it down, wind up the spring, and now he does this little action. And pop! Down to the base again. The last one is very interesting because it needs specifically only one coin works. I've got a bunch of them there. The 1 American cent, that's all it works. Everything else, even these other ones which look so similar, don't actually work. You can see why. It's got a very, very tight tolerance on this one because the action is quite extraordinary. It's a kind of zigzag here with a sort of ladder effect, but this is what actually happens. Isn't that amazing? And again, it drops right to the bottom there. I mean, that's astonishing, isn't it? It's got to be a lovely action for that flip-flop to occur. Give me a little push. Sometimes you use that. And I'll do one more. I'll set 2 off and see if I can get them to go as a little tandem. Give it a little knock. So that's the most specific coin bank I've ever come across. It's being exactly the 1 cent American coin, otherwise nothing else works, because it's got such tight tolerance to make that fluttering action, which requires things to the nearest, tenth of a millimetre probably. I've tried so many other coins and they just won't work, but that does a lovely job. So I think it's one of my top favourites because it's been so well designed. Coin banks, and I just love them all.